this is mostly for agency owners or anybody running a GHL agency, a go high level agency. This is definitely going to be a video for you. I have a great friend that's coming on that's developed a game that is a board game for you to learn how to basically run your SaaS, get customers and everything else. It also has a great service that serves over 2,000 agency owners. As of now, actually, I think it's 2,200 plus, where it helps them bring leads to their clients and everything else. And he's going to come on and explain everything to it. And they're also hosting an incredible summit. I think this is a couple years in a row that they've done it. Great amount of people are attending, a lot of great speakers. You're going to learn a lot. Their package just for going to the summit is pretty awesome. He's going to be launching a book, a board game. This guy is absolutely amazing. He's an incredible personality and actually probably one of the best guys that you'll ever meet. Very cool cat, always got a great smile. And then more important than anything else, in the community itself, I've met him on multiple occasions. This is, I think, going on like 4 years that I've known him. And again, every time you meet him, there's something great going on. He's always helping somebody out and he gives a lot back to the community. And I'm so incredibly excited, one, to let you know about the GHL Summit that's happening, the unofficial one that these guys host. And it's always a great time. Two, the incredible amount of new things that they're bringing you, a book and a board game, which unheard of. And lastly, all the different things you're going to get if you show at the summit and all the speakers that are coming. We're going to go over all that today. So without further ado, man, it is an incredible and exciting pleasure to introduce Johan. Johan, what is going on, man? You got all kinds of things going on right now. And I don't want to do any justice. Give us like a quick rundown of all the things that are going on. I mean, I really want to start with white label suites because there's probably a lot of agency owners or people that are starting the agency that are struggling getting leads or, helping their customers get leads and they don't even know where to go. And then let's just take it from there. And before we go, I definitely have some picking questions because he's already kind of setting the scene. If you notice his background, he's already got like 1,000 board games, which he's going to go into what created the games that he's going to share with you guys today. And we're going to go through there. So Johan, take it away, man. What we got going on?
Dude, we got so much going on. Thank you so much for having me. It is an honor. It is a pleasure. I'm so happy when you're like, dude, you want to come and talk about the game? I'm like, hell yeah, I want to talk about the game. I'm like, yes, let's do it. I'm a geek at heart. And, during my downtime, the way that my brain works is in order to relax and chill out, I build stuff. And we're in software, we're in tech all day, every day. And this was what happened. My son came to me and he said, hey, Dad, my friend's dad over there, he builds these buildings and he does this and that. What do you do? I'm like, hey, come here. I'm like, oh, man, he's like, oh, yeah, website's boring. I was like, I'm going to show you something. So I wanted to have something that leaves a legacy, something that his kids can play with. I went, wow, what can I leave? And I said, just in case something ever happens to me, I need the kid to know how to build a $10 million business, right? That was just the thing that I had. So my wife and I, we started building this game. It's like, how do you build a business to 10 million? How can we show people how to do it step by step? In business, guess what happens? You get messed up quite a bit. But if you don't know, if you don't know what's coming, it catches you by surprise. But if you know everything that can happen, if you know all the cards that are on the table, you're like, oh, man, that happened. It's cool. So I'll give you an example. We were like a year into our business and the business was literally rocketing, taking off. Guess what happened? We got this major tax bill. We didn't expect it. We're like, oh my God, like there goes the entire war chest. After being in business for a while, you're like, damn it, didn't know that we were going to get this big giant tax bill. But now if you play the game, you're like, taxes are coming up. It's all good. We got a little war chest saved up for that sort of thing. The government shuts you down. You're like, we're during COVID, right? The government shuts us down. It's like, dude, we can't run any more events anymore. All of this stuff. So if you know everything that can happen, bad, but everything that can good happen, that's good. So how do you hire the right team members? How do you get the right people onto the team? How do you put the right people in the right places at the right time? Now you know how to play the game. You can run a million simulations. Like we all play the game of business, but we only get to play like once, twice. I've had like 10 companies, but that's not enough data, right? But if you can sit here and you can simulate all the different things that can happen in your business, you're like, damn, that's a better strategic play, right? So that's sort of the thinking that went behind building the game. And it's like, hey, I can now leave this for my son. And that was the whole intention for it. And then from that, started playtesting it with all my friends. And every Saturday night for like 2 years, we played this thing. And then we built on it. We built on it.
I have a few questions here though, because like for anybody that's an entrepreneur, right? A lot of us grew up on the game like Cash Flow Tactics, right? And you told me a funny story about Cash Flow Tactics. For anybody that doesn't know what that is, that was like a game you played when you're trying to learn about entrepreneurship of like investing in like real estate and all this other stuff. And again, to Johan's point, like what could happen and like what are the downfalls, what are the pitfalls and like taxes and all this other stuff. So a lot of us like kind of play this game to kind of get our entrepreneurial spirit. And I got to be honest, to this day, I still play the game because it's just fun to do with a bunch of adults and who stays on top. But tell me about your tactic, about cash flow tactics, and how that comes all into play.
Yeah, man. So this is probably about 10 years ago. We used to get all these young guys coming through and going from university through to, having a job which is paying you, six figures. It's like, wow, I've got all this cash. And I just watch these guys going, buying cars, just buying boats and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, dude, you're wasting your money. And so we implemented a policy that after somebody was hired, they had to sit down and play cash flow quadrant with us, the game cash flow, right? And so we'd sit down and we'd play it, and then by the end of it, in literally 1 or 2 hours, they'd be like, "Oh, that's a doodad. Oh, I was gonna go and buy this car, but I just realized I can take that same money, put it into a house, and now I have an investment." It's like, wow, and then the investment can make me the money that I can use to pay for the car, all that sort of thing. So in 2 hours, if you can change somebody's thinking by playing a game. Now, we talked about the book. The book is coming out. The book is 410 pages. I
Wow.
have given copies of this. It's taken 2 years to write this thing. We have interviewed the top 1% of agencies across the world to make this a blueprint. If you're running your agency, it's literally from start to finish. So launching, scaling, dominating, becoming the industry leader. There's 410 pages, right? I have given it to people who are at the SaaSpreneur event in Sydney. I'm like, here, man, have a copy. You have a pre-copy. I need a review. And I'll call them up 2 months later and they're like, oh, dude, I'm about to get it. Or, hey, man, I've read 2 chapters. I'm like, dude, but the people who I, play tested the game with, they were in 1 or 2 hours, they'd get it. So that's the difference. The difference is you can get a book, but the chances of you reading it, like we all know, we've all got bookshelves and
Yeah, I
stuff.
know. Yeah, like I have a library of like, I'll get to it one day kind of thing.
Exactly. Whereas a game, in 1 hour or 2 hours, you can learn the concepts of the game, and then once you know it, it stays with you. So that's the reason why, and they complement each other.
Yeah, so what's wild is a lot of people are like, what we can't take for granted here. And again, whenever we bring somebody on to automate a marketer, I always try to bring you guys the top best of the people who have the most reps, right? The people that are not full of crap and have actual real results. So you're talking to somebody who has over 2,200 agency owners, has clients who have seen the best and the worst and kind of can give you that advice. On top of it, writing a book that's whatever many pages long, but compromised of like what they've seen works across the board. If you're an agency owner, most agency owners are the people that are trying to start their SaaSes. If you don't know what you're doing and you're kind of going at this like very cold, these are the people you want to listen to and everything else. Like I have 4 businesses, they're all doing incredibly well. But it's because I had a lot of reps where I messed up a lot of other businesses because I didn't know what I was doing and I was disfocused. And again, I wasn't ready for the tax bill when it first came. And all of a sudden, like, the employee that had all the secret passwords and like all this kind of crazy stuff. And these are the things they're going to prep you for. So whenever we bring somebody on, we always bring on the people with the reps, the people that have the experience and understand what's going on. The other thing that these guys do, because they know all the agency owners, they know who the best of the best is. And that's who they bring into these summits that they're going to host. And the fact that you're producing a book full of all this stuff is absolutely amazing. Now, here's the thing that nobody knows. We're going to put up a link, the unofficial SaaS. Guys, got to check it out. It's completely virtual. Tell us a little bit about it, but tell us what they get when they sign up, because I think that that's the big thing that nobody's understanding. What are they getting when they sign up?
Dude, the ticket price is $5. Why is it $5? It's accessible to everyone. There's people who have started off, there's people who are seasoned, who have been there for a long time. They know the value that we've brought. It's literally 8 hours. Last year when we did it, we had 1,500 people. It was 8 hours back to back. We didn't even have breaks. It was just go, 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 go. It was nuts. But the value that comes from it is you get to hear from the horse's mouth, from the people who are at the forefront, who are there, who have the battle scars, who are doing it. And so that's what the speaker lineup is. We've chosen it so that day one, it's about people who will show you how to. And literally, it's like for chapter in the book. So in the book, we go through 3 different stages. The first one is launch. So getting your agency set up, setting the right foundations, then scale, setting up the right system so that you become free from the business. And then day 3 is all about freedom. Freedom is where you can go and just do deals. Now you have the business that's working for you. It's a little money making engine. Doesn't have to be little, it can be as big as you want, but it's an engine that's getting cash flow. And now all you have to do is go out there and do joint ventures, do PR, and make it bigger and bigger. And the entire thing runs without you. So that's day 1, launch, getting everything organized. Day 2, the right systems, the foundations, the team. Day 3, scaling, joint ventures, PR, alliances. So those are the 3 days. But then we also have a 4th day, which is where you're coming in, right? We have a big Power Players Day. Now, this is it's a secret bonus, but no longer secret now. It's where we're bringing in. We've got some people who are just like next level, like they are way bigger than us. I don't want to reveal the big reveal, but they are the big power players. And so we're having another special day on the 5th of September for the people who get the VIP package. Look, guys, you're paying $5 for a ticket. You come and you get to have so much fun. But yes, we're going to say, hey, guys, if you want the recordings, because there's strategies, there's tactics, there's everything in there that you will want. Plus, all the speakers are giving away bonuses. So, yes, it's a business. Yes, we're running this thing. There's a lot of time, energy put into this. And yes, there will be an offer. The offer is like $200 to buy the recordings, right? So, there you go. There's another reveal. But then, if you want the book, if you want the AI coach, if you want the game, you want all this other stuff, which I'll leave that for that. That's the special reveal, which is where you get to come to the big day. So yeah, bro, that's what it is. And all the people we have handpicked, all the people we know, just like you said on your thing, we've known these people for 4 years. They are people who have been in our circle, who we know they've got the battle scars. They've gone through the hard times. I started my agency back in 2008. Trust me, there's been some hard times. And so by knowing all those things, the
2008 was a great year either. So it's like,
yeah. What a great year to start a business. Because they've been through the hard times. The reason for these summits is you get to learn. And by surrounding yourself and immersing yourself with people like this, you get to learn from them, from their mistakes, from their successes. Quick little things that can happen is you're like, hey, I'll give you one of the biggest epiphanies I had. This is probably like 2015. I was serving anyone and everyone, right? And then somebody said, hey, why don't you just focus on that nation? Just milk it. Like, just become the expert in that nation. Like, I never thought about that. And we did. And literally, we systemized the business. So I never had to be in the business. But if that person didn't say that, I know it's the most simplest thing. Now everybody says it, right? Niche down, pick a niche. I said it to another guy a couple of months ago. I'm like, dude, just niche down in the hair salons. I'll give you one good example hair salons. Another person jumped on. They're like, this is what I'm doing. What should I do? I go, just focus on selling reviews to restaurants. That's it. In my city. So I'm in Melbourne, Australia. There's 50,000 restaurants.
holy
How do you
smokes.
Oh, dude, yeah. I could eat out every day and I'd never get to every restaurant, right? So this lady is making $50,000. There's 50,000 restaurants. She's making $50,000 selling $300 a month review systems. How long does it take her to set up a review system for a restaurant?
Like
It's literally 10 minutes.
yeah, like that's
10 minutes.
minutes.
And all she's doing is, hey, here's a video. Here's your restaurant. You're on Google. This is your competitor. This is how much reviews they've got. The reason they're getting on top of you is because of this. Do you want to be on top of them or comparable, or you're down here? Do you want to get up there? It's going to cost you $300 a month. Click this link, sign up, and you're ready to go. And that's all she did.
Yeah,
Guess what
that
happened?
is amazing.
People, no, it's too easy. I'm gonna go focus on the funnel. I'm gonna go focus on the automation. I'm gonna build this thing with N8N. No, focus on one thing. Anyway, I'll get off the high horse.
No, but I mean, I preach it all the time. I'm like, people are always like, what am I selling? Sell like 2 or 3 things. You don't need to sell the whole package. Nobody wants to use the whole package. I support over 10,000 plus users and whatever else. And I'm telling you, I'm with 17 of some of the biggest white labels in high level. And I'm like, we focus on like 4 things. You know what I'm saying? And each one of them is different. I'm telling you, the more you give them, the more confused they get, the less they start, the less they stay, and the more the churn. So focusing on 1 or 2 things is all you need to do. I know guys that are killing it with voice AI right now that have thousands of customers making thousands of bucks to completely change their entire life. So again, it's just like too much front. It makes absolute sense. But again, you only would know that if you have the reps and you figured it out. And I talk about it. I have like 5 mentors. I listen to them every day. I call them when I'm struggling. They yell at me when I'm doing something stupid. And like, I'm going to the people that have the reps that understand the businesses and do all that. So the fact that that's going to be readily available for you, all these summits, whether it's the GHL summit, the unofficial GHL summit, whether it's any events out there, virtual, non-virtual, you learn so much if you really just kind of stand and listen to the people that actually have the required reps, not the fake ones, not the ones that are taking photobomb photos of like Lambos and all this other nonsense. These guys don't do that. Half the people that are on that I know that he's going to have on don't do that because they don't have to prove anything. They're living great lives, traveling, being with their families, doing all the stuff that you want to really do and focus in investing and all of that. So again, I'm psyched. I think it's going to be a great event. I know last one was awesome. There was incredible events. I learned so much from it. This time, you guys are going to be there, but at the same time, it's when you're launching the book, right? And you're launching the board game, right?
We are.
Now,
So
I'm gonna be a little over enthusiastic. One, I love board games. I love board games. I really do. I'm a geek myself. Johan and I have similar hobbies in that aspect. Can I beg you for a sneak peek? Can we like actually semi
dude,
see this? I know your legal
uh,
obligations and all that, so I don't need to know covers and all that. But you want to give me like a little like because I'm excited about the board game because here's why. Like one, you're gonna learn more probably from this board game than reading any other thing. I know from Cash Flow Tactics, I read all the books. I still left out. I'm like, I still don't know what the hell this guy's talking about. I played the board game twice and I was hooked. And I was like, I get it. I totally get it. I got it. Like it just all clicked. I learned by doing. Like I can watch a video, I can read a book, but if I'm not doing the thing that the book is telling me to do, I immediately lose it. That's why I do the videos that I do on the channel, guys. Like I'm doing the thing that I'm teaching you so you guys can see me doing it, with my hope being that you're doing the same thing and learning from it so you can stay in your brain. So the reason why I'm so excited about the board game and the book is I think they kind of go together, is that I'll have the guide of the book and then I'll have the board game to mess around with and have fun with, which is the way I like to learn. So that's why I'm super excited.
I'm going to give you a sneak peek. This is an old cover. And actually, I'm going to add something else onto it. Business is about relationships and people. Yeah. I showed this to one of my friends. The dude sends an email to Shark Tank and Walmart. They contact us, and Shark Tank's like, they gave us some numbers, right? They go, if you can get this to hit a certain number, we'll put you guys on Shark Tank in season 18. I'm like, holy moly.
I'm so rooting for you. That would be so
And,
fun.
and then another dude, he emails Walmart, and now we're in talks with Walmart. You just have no idea what comes out of it. This is 2 years old, this cover, so excuse the cover, but this is the cover, and you can see it's very.
Business tactics in reverse. That's what it says. So
Oh, it's in reverse. Okay, cool. So we presented this to Go High Level, and right at the conference, we're in talks with them. So this is not the actual thing. Just got to make it clear. This is a prototype that we built for Go High Level, and we're still talking to them. And
SaaS Empire. That's what it reads.
SaaS Empire,
Cool.
and then you can put up a photo of the one that we are launching, which is without the Go High Level branding there, right? And that's just until we get all the legal stuff finished. Yeah. So let me give you a quick little peek of the cards.
So what's wild about this is for anybody doing this, and we are probably at the GHL, the official GHL summit in person, going to have a little kind of fun with this, right? I think we got to get a game in when we go.
So, okay, I'll show the cards in a second, but check this out. So GHL in Sydney, the SaaSpreneur event. Sunday, everybody rocks up. Sunday, everybody's at the pub. Everybody's drinking. So Sunday, they already, the exhaustion level starting to increase. Monday was a big day. Tuesday was a big day. Tuesday, we went out on a boat. It's freezing cold. Everyone's like shaking. And then we get back. Everybody's drinking. And then at 11 p.m. at night, a couple of the guys like, dude, I got to see this game. I want to play this game. So I get the game. We go down to the lobby. We sneak off into this corner. We see like 30 people, hanging around, drinking. And I'm like, gotta avoid those people. We're gonna go there because I want to play games. You know how gamers are. They need peace and quiet. So we start setting up, and these people all come over. And then they're watching us. And I'm like, no, man, I need my. I'm telling Walt, I'm like, dude, I can't show the game now because there's 30 people here. He's like, just show the damn game. I'm like, all right, fine. So we start playing the game. And so 3 people are playing the game. It was Nathan Shearer, Ethan, and Jared Holmes, 3 of those guys. So they're playing the game. Everybody else is watching them play the game. And everybody watched for an hour. Like, that's how you know you've got. And there's an energy and excitement. Everybody's jumping up and down because in the game, guess what happens? You get to take other people's businesses. There's hostile takeovers. There's mergers and acquisitions. There's, you're buying other people's businesses. You're playing crisis cards, all this kind of stuff. So let me quickly give you a sneak peek here, and we'll go through some of this. This is your dream team, by the way. So this is all the people that you can have on the team. This version that I'm showing you here is the It's Just Business version, not the SaaS version, just as an FYI. So I'm just going to go through here. These are all the ways to exit. You get golden parachutes. You can IPO. You can do managed buyouts. Hey, guess what? We're going to have to get a Nuno card in here, I think, where we can actually. I'm going to turn you into a card. So this is all the different strategies to make money. So you can see in the top left-hand corner there, it's like, hey, cool. I'm going to do some market research, launch a product, make $1 million, or like Hormozy, make 150 million. But yeah, I'm not going to go through all the cards, but here you go. Here's all the bad stuff that can happen. Insider trading, key employee resignation. That's exactly what you said before.
We were talking about, yeah, right? And the lawsuit, God help us, you know what I'm saying? Like all these crazy things.
All these stuff. So guys, when you play this, you will learn how to build a company to 10 million. And that's the thing. So whoever gets to 10 million wins the game. And the whole thing is it's not about just building an asset. You have to cash out, and you cash out at 10 million. When you cash out, that's when you win the game, because there's too many people I know that have built all these businesses. They've sacrificed their lives, their relationships, etc. And then right at the end, they don't cash out. And so they didn't get to capitalize on that. So the game wins when you cash out 10 million.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So ladies and gentlemen, like again, we only bring stuff in here that we know is quality. For anybody that's struggling and you're having a hard time understanding the business. Most people come in here to try to learn about the tactics, how to do specific things, like how to create a calendar and everything else. This is the goal: how to run a business and making sure that you understand how to run an agency. Now, again, this is mostly for agency owners, so I totally get it. You're not an agency owner, but you're thinking, hey, I would probably play the game first before you do anything else, so you understand how the business works. Well, what a great education. Attend the Unofficial GHL Summit. I'm going to be speaking. I'm going to give some bonuses. I promised Johan that I'm going to give people coupons for coming in to one of my courses. I'm also going to give some freebies For anybody that's ever seen me speak, you know that my freebies are no joke. My freebies literally are $10,000 freebies, $1,000 freebies. You're going to get them just by attending. So please make sure you're attending there. There's stuff I probably haven't shared inside of here, and you're going to walk away with an asset that you can leverage inside your agency, in your business. That's going to give you more. And that's what I'm just providing to the table, not including all the other speakers that are coming. And I know some of them, and they're heavy hitters, and some surprise guests that I know about, you guys don't know about. That's why you want to make sure it's in. On top of that, you're going to have access again to see the book launch. There's going to be a special offer in there to get the game, the book, and all this other stuff. Obviously, look, I just spent $6,000 on Hormozzi's 200 bucks without even blinking an eye because the value is so much there. And now here we go again, talking about all of this and what it brings. I want to make sure you guys attend. Johan's no joke. If you ever meet him in person, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Him and Walt are probably one of the nicest, most giving people inside the community. I love hanging out with them. They're always a good time. They always got smiles on their face, always polite, and always give so much value to the community and the people that are like around there. Their system white label suites is used over 2,000 something odd people. When you get into their universe and their world, for if your customers are hurting with prospects and they're B2B, it is by far one of the best tools that's out there that you guys can leverage. And again, the support system is incredible. They've been doing it for, I mean, for a long time now, right? 4 years, really legit and well.
Yeah, man, dude, Walt built this thing 15 years ago. 4 years ago, we got together, and this thing has just been changing lives. Do I have time to share one quick story about it?
Of course, yeah, by all means. Yeah.
Awesome, man. So I get this call. It's the 21st of December, so 4 days before Christmas. And this guy calls me at 8 in the morning, and he's like, Johan, you changed my life. I'm like, okay, great call to receive at 8 in the morning. I'm like, cool, man. How and who are you? Sorry, I don't recognize the number. And he's like, 3 months ago, my business was crashing. My wife was telling me to go drive an Uber. He goes, couldn't afford to pay my daughter's school fees. But the last 2 months on average, I've made $80,000. I went, man, get the hell out of here. What you talking about? I know what it takes to make $80,000. If you said $8,000, I'd believe you. I don't believe you. He goes, I promise you, I did. I'm like, cool. What'd you do? Tell me. Show me step by step. He goes, I went into your software and I clicked on the people button and I found all the CEOs in the rich end of town who invest in property. Oh. So now he has a list of 1,000 CEOs who invest in property. Then he goes to the local search and he finds every real estate agent that services that high end of town. The high end of town, I'm talking about houses that are 2 million to 40 million. Yeah. The real estate agents, their commission is $30,000 to $50,000 in every house they sell. So I'm setting some context here. So he emails the real estate agents and goes, hey, guys, I'm a buyer's agent for high net worth individuals. I have clients that have a lot of money that want to buy houses. Do you want me to pass these leads on to you? What do the real estate agents say? Hell yeah. Like you give real estate agents leads, they're going to be your best friend forever. He goes, but I don't want any part of your commission. I just want $2,000 up front. And I guarantee I will give you a lead that will close. That's his promise. That's his irresistible offer. So these guys are going, hell, 30 grand for a close or, 2,000 up front, 30 grand guaranteed. It's an irresistible offer. So from that, he has the real estate agents going, yes, I want the leads. Then he goes to this list of the property investors and he says, hey, Nuno, I know you run XYZ company and that you also invest in property. I have 3 amazing deals that have a high ROI. Are you interested in these deals? Out of the 1,000 people he emailed, 400 said, yes, I am. Send it to me. As soon as they click that button saying send it to me, they get an email back saying, great, I'll get those deals. I'm just preparing them for you. Answer 3 quick questions for me. Now, this is all GHL, like a form, right?
Yeah, sure, sure. All forms and everything else and automations. Love it.
Tick box. It's like question number 1, I have 0 to 500, 500 to a million ready to deploy. Question number 2, 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. Question number 3, seaside, countryside, city side. That's it. Tick, tick, tick. As soon as they tick that, what happens? They press send. The real estate agent database gets an email saying, brand new lead. His name's Nuno. He's got $1 million ready to go. Do you want this lead? And they click and they buy that lead for $2,000, right? That's it. And out of the 400 that said yes, 40 of them is what he sold for $2,000. That's how he made his 80 grand. And I just went, oh my God. So I said to my wife, I'm like, baby, touch wood, nothing happens to my business. But if it does, like that's the simplest business that I would do.
Yeah, that you can go to. I mean, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. But again, reps and understanding and desperation led to that, which is amazing, right? Like, I know a lot of you guys like think there's always like an end game and like, everybody's out there. Everybody's like hating on Hormozzi and hating on these people. The guy went on for 8 hours one day, 11 hours the next day, 6 hours the final day. And everybody was working, like saw the pitch, but didn't stick around afterwards. He literally had 40 at peak and then 10,000, 6,000 after. It was the after that was the most important thing because he got on the phone with pretty much everybody and started solving their problems. And that's the goal of this channel. I'm trying to like decrease the amount of time people are successful. And I believe in the law of reciprocity. Like it will just come back to me. Like I have no fear. I've never hurt for business. I have incredible reputation. The business always flows in because I honestly, like, I just believe in giving. And again, I try to find people with similar values, with similar ideation and similar reps that are going to get you that. So any shortcut, and I've learned this through, I'm a hard learner. Like I learned the hard way, man. Like I'll be that guy that just will keep going through that wall, keep going through that wall, keep going through the wall. And then somebody comes to me and opens the door. I'm like, oh, I didn't know the door was there. And then I've learned over time to like start looking for the door, which is the shortest path to the exit. And now in adopting that, right? Like my whole like mindset changed. And now I'm like, what's the shortest way to get there? Who's the experts? Who are the people that know? And man, there are people that do exactly what I do. That I'll go to them. I'm like, hey, I know you know this. I know this, but I need your insight on this because I'm a little lost here. I'll pay them whatever it is because I want to learn the quick scout. Like I said, I dropped 6 grand or mostly without not even thinking about it. Because
Dude,
after like I think 20 hours of like sharing massive knowledge that made sense, that you knew that guy was fully legit, hate or not hate, tactics, non-tactics, I don't care. But to have a little bit of that knowledge, I'm all in. To have a little bit of these guys' knowledge, I'm all in. I don't talk to 2,000 agency owners. I have no idea what the best tactics are right now. I don't have the insight of what's working, what's not. And if I go right to the source, there you go, and the book. And if I have a 400 page, something a 200 page or 400-page book telling me what the shortcuts are, you got to do it, right? So again, attend the summit, $5. If you don't have $5, I honestly would probably hold on the coffee for one day, get your $5, spend it on the summit. If you can't afford that VIP, who cares? Come in, learn, guarantee you're going to get massive value. It's not going to cost you anything. We're going to advertise the crap out of this because one, I know what these guys bring. It's massive value. And I'm going to promote it all over my channels and everywhere to everybody that I know. And again, if you come in and you guys are coming in my session, which is going to be, I think, on the final day, I got you. You're going to walk away with major assets. You're going to walk away with coupons to my courses. They're going to get the stuff that I can give away ultimately without like going bankrupt, right? So it's all coming in. And again, that's just my piece. That's not including any of your piece. But again, and watch some of these masters at their art form. And again, now you're going to walk away, man. I know I'm like selfish. I'm excited about the game. I want the game. I want the game because I want to play with my kid. I'm like, my kid walks in all the time, like yours, and like, what do you do, Dad? I'm like, what do you mean? What do I do? Putting like doing all this crap. And like, what do you mean? What do I do? Like, why don't you come and see? The funniest thing is like, I'll tell you a funny story too. Like, my son's trying to create a YouTube channel, right? And I'm giving him advice. And every now and again, he just talks to me and he's like, well, Dad, it's not the right advice. I didn't know what I'm doing. And he's like, well, your YouTube channel. I'm like, no, like I have subscribers. They pay me money. Like YouTube pays me money. I'm doing something right. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny. And it just like the kids got to see everything in action for them to learn. And what better way, man? It's just so cool when you can like go
how old
back
are
and
you?
like show your kids.
How old's your kids?
So I got 13, I got 9, and I got 5. So I got the full range. Uh,
Dude.
and,
That's
and one is learning business. It's actually hysterical, like off tangent, but anybody that's watching that has kids. My kid was into Pokemon. I'm like, oh God, like, how do we make this like a lesson? So I started showing him how he could sell his cards. Then I started showing him how there's a market. And then I started showing him like, well, your YouTube videos, maybe do some giveaways, increase your subscribers, and then sell more cards. Give your bad cards away, and now you got more viewers. And he's like, what? Like, how does this all work? And he's like so bought in because I'm trying to teach him the economics of like everything that's happening. So imagine being able to teach your kid like how to run a $10 million business through a game to get him ready for all the things that happen.
I got a story for you. All right. I'm sorry, guys. We're going into proud parent mode here. This is all about the lessons that we're seeing from our kids, right? So my son's 9 years old. And during his school holidays, he had 2 weeks off. I said, by the end of the school holidays, yes, you're on the iPad, but I want you to use it. I want you to talk to ChatGPT. And I showed him how to do all this stuff. And I want you to build a book, like a cool storybook. So he creates a whole universe. It's got its own characters. There's about 7 different characters in this, and they've got their story arcs and all this stuff. He's 9 years old. Creates an amazing book. And at the end, I'm like, dude, I'm so proud. Like it's a 100-page, full book with the
That's
main characters. And he goes, what are you going to do with it? I go, I'm going to turn it into a real book, and we're going to put it on Amazon. We're going to sell it on Amazon with your name. You're going to be an author. At 9 years old, you're an author. And he's like, wow. He goes, how much is the book? I'm like, with $20 is what we're going to sell it for. He's like, okay. He comes back 10 minutes later. He's like, Dad, there are 5 schools in the area. There's about 1,350 kids in all these schools. I think, so his word, right? He goes, my total addressable market is 1,350. I'm like, yes. And then he goes, if I can sell half of those, he goes, let's do school raffles. Let's print out some copies, give it to the schools, let them raffle it out. He goes, and if I can get half of those people to buy the book for 750 units, he's like, I'm making some good money. I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. So that's lesson number 1. Lesson number 2, my daughter is 7 years old. We're driving in the car, And she looks out and she sees this beautiful BMW, right? She goes, Dad, when I'm 16, can you buy me that car? I go, no, I'm not going to buy you that. You're going to buy that car. I go, do you know how much that car is? She goes, how much? I go, it's 160 grand. She goes, oh, I'll just run a webinar. 7 years old. 7 years old, right? I'm like, we win.
Yeah.
We've done a good job. They're going to be
That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. So, folks, I mean, but that is honestly, I was in corporate world for 25 years, and we are trying to educate my kids, and like, you have a lot of choices. It was funny. I was always doing a college plan when I was in the corporate world, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make sure that my kids are college ready. Nowadays, it's more like, let me just create a pile of money that they can use to start their business, buy their first house, buy their first property, or whatever it is. So even my mind shift and that has changed. So again, but all this is coming to watching a lot of people around me and surrounding myself with people that are like growing and learning and constantly kind of doing their thing. Because honestly, I really think that the universe is like meant for a lot of people to grow. And like you, I'm trying desperately to leave a legacy. Like everything that I do is like, what's the impact on my family and my kids and everything else? And I never thought that way. When I was first starting this, it was like survival. Like I'm just going to survive. I just got to make this much by this much and this much. And like, this is the bills and that, blah, blah. And like, I kind of lost track of like what I wanted to do. And then it really came back. I just want to impact people and leave people with the legacy. And more importantly, leave my kids with the legacy, my wife and everything else and everybody being okay. And that's like literally my fulfillment. Like I wake up in the morning of like, if I do this, it's going to have this impact. If I do this, it's going to have this impact. It's never about like, how much money do I have to make? I mean, every now and again, it turns into that because you have to pay bills and you have a family to run and you have businesses and employees. But when I started changing my life into like, how many more people can I impact versus how much more money can I make? I mean, the shift was ludicrous. I don't even know how to put it in tangent and in words and everything else. And, never has anybody said that's in any of my communities or any of my programs, you don't give enough. It's always the reverse. You know what I'm saying? They're so overwhelmed with what they have that they don't even know where to start. And that's the way I want it to feel. Like, I mean, obviously I want them to have results over everything, but that's what I want my kids to feel like. He never not gave us enough. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the same motive. And that's why when you said a game and it has impact, I'm like, I'm all in. Whatever you need me to sign, throw out there, money, I'll throw in my credit card, like whatever, it doesn't matter.
it shows the value here. Our values are aligned because we're doing this for our kids.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you have to wake up at 5. You wake up at 5 in the morning, you wake up, you show up, you do what you got to do because your why is bigger than any other pain. Again, I'm going to tell another quick story. We went to the shopping center and my son is 9, my daughter's 7. And the shopkeeper just looks at my daughter and he's like, "Oh my God, you're so cute. Here's a teddy bear." And he gives her a teddy bear and the teddy bear's $20, right? And my son loses it. He's like, "That's not fair. Why did she get it for free? I have to pay for everything." Blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, you're a guy. Get used to it. This is what's going to happen. She's cute. She's super cute and she knows it. And at 7, she'll be like, "Thank you so much. You're the best." I guess she's got marketing. She's using her thing. So don't worry. Life is hard and it doesn't matter. This is the truth of it. And you have to accept it. And I go, you got to enjoy the journey. You got to enjoy the pain and you just got to have fun with it and just accept that that's what it is. And then just watching his mindset change, he goes, "Oh, cool. All right, I'll do it." And so, yeah, little life
Yeah,
lesson.
long story short, I know me and Johan can like do this all day long, guys. And again, point of the moral is let's just kind of recap a little bit. One, you're going to learn a lot if you attend to the summit. It's $5. It's the unofficial GHL summit. All these guys are also, we're all going to be there in October for the official GHL summit. So grab me, anybody that's ever been to an event. I talk to everybody. I don't care. Just don't assault me. And then you're going to have the launch of the book. We have over 30 speakers. Some VIP speakers are coming on through. A lot of learnings. There's going to be a VIP package that's going to give you a whole bunch of stuff. The book launch is happening. The game launch is happening. I'm more invested in the game than anything else, like I mentioned before. You can get the recordings and everything else. Again, you don't have to buy the VIP. We never pressure anybody in sales here, but you'll see the value that's going to come with it. If you want it, you'll have a chance to buy throughout the whole entire thing. I'm going to give a crap ton of bonuses out at this thing. So make sure you attend because you're going to get my bonuses if you attend. And again, I've never let anybody down and everybody walks away super happy with that. And that's only one speaker. There's 30. All right. So that in itself is going to rock it out. And again, you'll get a coupon to even one of my courses to make it really sweeten the deal for you, to make it even cheaper for you to get like the best course out there in Udemy. I always say Udemy, it's Udemy. But with that being said, Johan, thank you so much for coming on, sharing us your knowledge, some incredible stories. I hope you guys feel that this is incredibly heartfelt and like we just want you all to succeed. And we think that this is a really nice shortcut for you guys to experience and attend. So make sure you hit up again the GHL Summit, the unofficial one. And again, we have links everywhere. So get all those barcodes, get in this, and we'll see you on the other side. And again, Johan, thank you so much. Looking forward to all of this. And we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Nuno.